The 2017-2018 Honda X-ADV. Honda blurs the line between the scooter and motorcycle worlds with its genre-bending X-ADV model. The X-ADV brings a scooter-like body together with a proper motorcycle drivetrain that delivers twist-and-forget operation not unlike a CVT-equipped, swing-mount scooter. The Red Riders further confuse the issue with dual-purpose tires meant to turn in a decent performance on soft surfaces while maintaining a certain amount of roadworthiness for your urban commute. Chuck in the 745cc powerplant and you've got one confused ride. Perhaps the confusion is all on my end? Let's dive in and find out. Continue reading for my review of the Honda X-ADV. 2018 Honda X-ADV design. So is it a scooter or is it a motorcycle? The short answer is, yes. The X-ADV leads off with some very strong rally-tastic elements in the wire wheels, USD forks and adjustable windshield. A moderate fairing parts the slipstream to form the air pocket for the pilot, and the 5-way adjustable windscreen comes well vented to help reduce the head buffet effect for less stress and wind noise underway. Though the front end seems to open up in a sort of faux scoop below the headlights kinda sportbike style, it's actually more about the legguard area that lies just behind it to give the rider almost the same level of protection afforded by the Metropolitan maxi scooters. Behind the screen, a rally-style digital instrument readout passes on all the pertinent information in a format that is easy and intuitive to read, even under duress. Handguards from Honda's globetrotting Africa Twin grace the X-ADV's grips for yet another layer of tour-tastic protection that is sure to hold it in good stead as a civil commuter. As for the scooterish aspects of the ride, they kick in full force right behind the fairing where the conspicuously absent fuel tank leaves a minimal step-through that should make it easy to mount even for the most vertically challenged rider, even if the 820mm seat height may still push the comfort envelope just a tad for the shortest inseams. Under the seat, a 21-liter storage compartment stands ready to hold a full-face bucket or a decent amount of groceries, sundry items to further its overall commuter ability. The subframe area rises up sportbike style to the pillion area that sprouts a set of JC handles that can also serve as an anchor for a bungee net and a secondary cargo platform. Of course, you can boost that further with one of the optional top cases, but for the time being let's stick to the standard equipment package. An upswept exhaust shifts the look from scooter back to sportbike, and the swing arm mount rear wheel offers the final, and quite definitive, motorcycle feature. So, is it a scooter or a motorcycle? The short answer is, yes. Had this to say on the subject. Our development concept for the X-ADV was simple, go have fun, and we wanted to create a motorcycle that comes with an adventurous spirit as standard fitment, says Honda's large project leader, Mr. Kenichi Masaki. We also knew we needed the X-ADV to be truly usable as a tool to move around the city, and be full of utility and user-friendly features. And come the weekend it can be used to escape all of the daily routine, in a unique and uplifting new style. 2018 Honda X-ADV chassis. The X-ADV strikes a nice balance between agility and stability, with decent parking lot maneuverability. A tubular steel frame underpins the machine with the strength and stiffness necessary to handle light terrain in keeping with its dual sport facet. The steering head comes set for 27 degrees of rake with a 104mm trail and a steering arc of 39 degrees over a 1590mm wheelbase. This strikes a nice balance between agility and stability, with decent parking lot maneuverability. A set of 41mm USD forks float the front end on 153.5mm of travel with adjustable spring preload and rebound damping, far beyond what you'd find on a scooter, or even most proper motorcycles for that matter. The rear monoshock gives up 150mm of travel, but only sports the minimal spring preload adjustment. Oh well, I reckon it's worth the trade-off for the flexibility up front. A pair of 296mm discs and 4-pot, opposed piston anchors haul down the front wheel with some serious braking power that comes with ABS protection to help you get the most out of it in relative safety. The 17-inch front wheel and 15-inch rear run with a laced rim, and they come lined with a 120/70ths and 160/60ths hoop on the front and rear, respectively. 2018 Honda X-ADV drivetrain. Honda graced the X-ADV with its 6-speed DCT that delivers shifterless shifts for the same twist-and-go operation you'd expect from a scooter, plus much more. The decidedly unscooter-like powerplant is Honda's water-cooled, 745cc L-twin that serves up the juice with 40.3 kilowatts at 6,250 revolutions per minute backed up by 68 Newton-meters that comes on at 4,750 revolutions per minute. Riders in the A2 bracket can get a license-compliant model that comes governed at 35 kilowatts, so worry not if you're looking for that next rung up the ladder. A long stroke layout gives the mill a 77 mm bore and 80 mm stroke with a 10.7:1 compression ratio, and the 270-degree firing order gives it a distinctive lope at idle that increases traction on soft surfaces as it gives the rear tire time to grab a hold of the ground between the two far-flung power pulses. It works, just ask anyone who's ever ridden a Triumph or Harley-Davidson hill climber. Honda's PGM-FI system manages the induction, but it's the transmission that actually steals the show here. Honda graced the X-ADV with its 6-speed, dual-clutch transmission that delivers shifterless shifts for the same twist-and-go operation you'd expect from a scooter, plus much more. The gearbox uses a pair of shafts with a clutch pack on each one that alternate as you move up and down the range for seamless transfers of power. Additionally, for 2018, the system comes with the Honda selectable torque control that comes with 2 levels of traction control plus off, and 3 preset control curves that deliver tailored power depending on the situation. D mode for economical riding, a tri-level S mode for a sportier delivery with earlier downshifts and later upshifts, and the G mode meant to help tackle softer off-road surfaces. 2018 Honda X-ADV price. The £10,000 MSRP puts it in what I consider to be the affordable bottom of the second-tier bikes, priced around what I consider to be the bottom of the second-tier bikes. The X-ADV rolls for £9,959. Buyers can pick between new for 2018 Candy Chromosphere Red, Matte Bullet Silver, Digital Silver Metallic, Pearl Glare White, a la Africa Twin, or Grand Prix Red, which is reminiscent of the CRF off-road lineup. 2018 Honda X-ADV competitors. How do you compare something that can and #039 T be pigeonholed into one, or even two specific categories? How do you compare something that can't be pigeonholed into one, or even two specific categories? Do you go for one of the Eurocentric maxi scoots like BMW C650 GT? It's a proper scooter with a large, 647cc, twin-cylinder engine that brings a claimed 44 kilowatts and top speed of 112 miles per hour to the table, along with decidedly adult looks. Nothing as fun and whimsical as the face the X-ADV presents to the world. Traction control and anti-lock brakes are constant across the board, so neither gain anything there, but at the end of the day, the swing-mount drive system clearly marks the Beamer as a scooter. The C650 GT also breaks the 10K mark with a £10,050 price tag, but that's largely a symbolic threshold as the X-ADV resides just below it. Could I go for a standard motorcycle, or maybe even an adventure bike? There are some out there with automatic transmixers, but they chill in Honda's stable right next to the subject of today's piece, so I'm calling them exempt. I could grab a 750-ish whatever from wherever as well, but it just won't hit the exact same spot in the market as the X-ADV. Let's just call it something unique under the sun and call it done, he said. As form follows function, the X-ADV is attractive enough, but if I'm honest, it's ugly as a mud fence. Too many features seem to contradict their neighbors, and even if we don't get hung up on what to call it, it just doesn't look right to me, kinda like a scooter that decided to identify as a scrambler, she said. My wife and fellow motorcycle rider, Alan Hinton, says, this is sort of a scooter cycle. I love the DCT. With the motorcycle engine, it's more along the lines of the NC 750. The handbar is nice and wide with that very scooter-ish upright riding position. You have all the convenience of the scooter, no clutch, twist and go, footboards, and underseat storage, with the power of a proper motorcycle. The underseat storage isn't overly impressive, but there's room for a full-face helmet and it has a power outlet to charge your electronics. Getting stuff in and out of the storage cubby feels a little cramped, but the space itself is okay enough. So this is a little more motorcycle-ish than an Integra and more scooterish than, say, a DCT-equipped Africa Twin. 2018 Honda X-ADV specifications, references. BMW C650, see our review of the BMW C650 Sport and C650 GT, Honda's triple-thread automatic transmission program, see our article on Honda's DCT transmission, Honda Africa Twin Adventure Sports. See our article on the Honda Africa Twin Adventure Sports. Honda Integra. See our review of the Honda Integra. Honda NC750X. See our article on the Honda NC750X.
If you liked this video, please share your thoughts in the comments below and don't forget to hit the subscribe button.